is happening here? Remember, the important things is that sometimes pictures say many things more than human words. What do you know about Nelson Mandela?
At first, when I heard Nelson Mandela, this name, a face come in my mind. The face was black. I know this person as a black person, but after reading and after your explanation, I get the knowledge about Nelson Mandela. That Nelson.
What's your name?
Prabha.
Oh, sorry, would you please repeat your name?
Prabha.
Prabha. Only Prabha.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, Prabha. Miss Prabha, tell me, actually, what is happening in this passage? I mean, what was the action of Nelson Mandela in this passage?
Nelson Mandela was a great commander and first black president of South Africa who fought against the apartheid. He was
Okay, could you tell me how many years Nelson Mandela was imprisoned?
36 years, nearly 30,
Nearly
36 years.
36 years, nearly 36 years, or nearly 3 decades.
Oh.
If we multiply it, then it will be 36
Yeah.
years. Okay, thank you. Sit down. My dear students, I welcome all of you with the Islamic greeting. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. The topic of my talk is how Nelson Mandela became from an apartheid fighter to president. This is very interesting topic, and this topic is very important for our young generation because we are practicing these things traditionally in our society as well as most of the countries over the world. So, before starting these topics, I'd like to clarify, and you know that you are the students of class 11, right? And our subject is English first paper, right? And today's topic is Unit 1, Lesson 2, Nelson Mandela. So our class time is 45 minutes.
Before going to the main point,
Let's see some pictures. Here we are observing. So what is happening here, that you know that the first one is white boy and the second one is black boy, right? But those boys are holding their flag, right? South African. And this flag, you know, this is the South African flag, right? So the next, what is happening here? Remember, the important things is that sometimes pictures say many things more than human words. Okay, so this picture here we can see that two black people are raised their hand before the army, white army. So what it is meaning, that some like they are tortured by the white army, right, or the white minority people. And this is the same things that white army torturing the black people. Okay, so this is the final picture. So what actually Nelson Mandela wanted? This is the symbol. He wanted to live together. He wanted to bring down the apartheid, right? He wanted to bring down the race discrimination. And he wanted a society where black and white people live together. End of this session, you will be able to describe the action and achievement of Nelson Mandela. And then define race discrimination, make relationship between Nelson Mandela and Frederick William de Klerk. And then describe the philosophy or ideology of Nelson Mandela. And we know that Nelson Mandela did many things. He drove the supports over the world.
do you know him? He is the real hero of today's topic.
So the topic is Nelson Mandela from apartheid fighter to president. How Nelson Mandela became from an apartheid fighter to president. Okay, this passage is about political struggle of Nelson Mandela. Nelson Mandela was a South African black first president, and he was born in 1918. He fought for his people's liberation, right? This great man struggled throughout his life for establishing an ideal of democratic and race and discrimination free society. For this ideal, he was imprisoned for nearly 3 decades. We know that he was imprisoned for nearly 3 decades. We also know that he hated race discrimination intensively. Deeply he hated race discrimination. He made a bridge between the black and the white. He made the bridge between the black and the white to bring down the apartheid and to bring down the race discrimination. He became the first black president of South Africa. And then the final thing is that for all his achievement, he got Nobel Peace Prize in 1993. He got Nobel Peace Prize in 1993. And then he was died in 2013. So this great man is no more in us. So this is the things, and this is the main point of this topic, and how Nelson Mandela, being a South African black president, do you know him?
He was the
right person was Frederick William de Klerk, and the left person is Nelson Mandela. Okay, you know that we have already discussed about this, that Nelson Mandela, he was awarded, right? He was awarded jointly, right? He jointly took Nobel Peace Prize with Frederick William de Klerk. Okay, and actually there is the another important thing, that actually what is Nobel Prize is, right? So here is this Nobel Peace Prize is awarded for outstanding contribution. So there are some topics like physics, chemistry, and then philosophy, medicine, literature, peace and economics. And Nelson Mandela got received because of peace, right? Peace Prize. The prize was instituted by Sir Alfred Nobel, the father of the science of destruction. Okay, and this is the hero. This is the another hero. I mean Frederick William de Klerk. He freed Nelson Mandela from prison. So you are supposed to give your feedback on this passage, because yesterday I asked you to read out this passage. I think this passage is clear for you today. And do you have any question regarding this topic? Do you have any question regarding this topic? Okay, so now it is your turn to give your feedback. Okay, so I am going to ask some of you, those who have, especially I need to take your feedback, I need to take your homework. Okay, from which side will I start? Right or left? Right. Right side. Okay, thank you very much. What's your name? Sorry? Afrina Akhtar.
He fought against white minority rule and had been imprisoned for about 3 decades. Frederick William de Klerk had freed him and negotiated the end of apartheid. He retired his public life in June 2004, but yet he is considered as an icon of peace. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so now I'm going to ask another. Okay, you. Okay, you. Okay, what's your name?
My name is Nafisa.
What is your class ID?
My class ID is 504.
Okay, okay, Miss Nafisa. What do you know about Nelson Mandela?
At first, when I heard Nelson Mandela, this name, a face come in my mind. The face was black. I know these persons as a black person, but after reading and after your explanation, I get the knowledge about Nelson Mandela. That Nelson Mandela was the first person to fight against apartheid and race discrimination. He didn't fight against white people. He fought against the apartheid, that the white people, the bridge, he broke the bridge that came between the white and black people, because white people was torturing the black ones. That was unfair to both of them. He wanted to give opportunities to both of the parts. He cleared the path for black people to reach their goals. For this, Nelson Mandela had to paid a big amount of his own life. He spent 10,000 days of his life. He lost 10,000 days from his life to bring equality in society of black and white people. When white people didn't consider black people or not only as human, they didn't even consider as their animals. Each peace prize before becoming the black president of South Africa. After that day, we know him as a human being that can never be born again. This man is no more with us, because in 2013 he left us in this earth, and he became dear to God. But he left the earth, but he left his opportunities, his idols to this world that we can follow in every step of life. Thank you.
Yes, and he remains in every
Every
life.
corner of our life.
Right. Yes. Thank you. Please give hand to Nafisa. He said good. Well. Okay. Thank you very much. Okay. Sit down. Now I am going to ask you another one. Okay. You. What's your name?
Prabha.
Okay, sorry. Would you please repeat your name?
Prabha.
Prabha. Only Prabha.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Prabha. Miss Prabha. Tell me, actually, what is happening in this passage? I mean, what was the action of Nelson Mandela in this passage?
Nelson Mandela was a great commander and first black president of South Africa who fought against the apartheid. He was imprisoned for 36 years for his fight against white minority rule. Establishing democracy and justice, he became an icon of peace and reconciliation. Mandela said, "I hate race discrimination most intensely and in all its manifestation." He also said, "I have fought it and will do so." For his prestige and charisma, he got the support of the world. In 1993, he was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize for his work, which he shared with F.W. de Klerk, who had freed him. Nadim Gordimer, the South African writer, who said, "He is at the epicenter of our life and yours, wherever you are." Mandela said his last speech for his loving people, "Don't call me, I will call you."
Okay,
Thanks.
okay. Thank you very much, Ms. Prabha. Sit down. Okay, now I would like to ask some short question and answer. Okay, you. What is your name?
My name is Marietta.
Maria. Okay, what is your class ID?
My class ID is 509.
Okay, thank you. Okay, could you tell me how many years Nelson Mandela was imprisoned?
36 years. Nearly 30.
Nearly
36 years.
36 years. Nearly 36 years, or nearly 3 decades.
Oh.
If we multiply it, then it will be
36.
36
Yeah.
years. Okay, thank you. Sit down. Okay, now I would like to ask some question from the right side. You. Okay, take it. What is your name?
My name is Puthi Rani Das.
Puthi Rani Das. Okay, Miss Puthi Rani Das. Could you tell me something about Nelson Mandela?
Yes. Nelson Mandela was the first black president of South Africa in 1994. He was imprisoned for...
You can say anything. What do you want? You can say a single line or single information that you know. Please take it. What is your name?
My name is Tamanna.
Tamanna. What is your class ID?
My class ID 528.
88. Okay. Say something about Nelson Mandela that you know. Single information.
Nelson Mandela guided South Africa from the shackles of apartheid to a multiracial democracy.
Thank you, thank you. Something. Okay, from this, any one of you can say something. Okay, the last bench, Miss Tamanna, the class representatives here. Would you mind telling me something about Nelson Mandela that you know? Please take it. Okay, what is your name?
My name is Tamanna.
Tamanna. Okay, what is your class ID?
502.
Okay, 502. Okay, tell me. Say something about Nelson Mandela that you know, that you have come to know after discussing about Nelson Mandela.
Nelson Mandela in 1993, black first president in South Africa.
South Africa. Okay, that's good information. Nelson Mandela was the first black president of South Africa, and he was first black president in
1993.
93. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so our time, and it is time to say goodbye because our time is going to die. And thank you very much for being patient and for taking this class, and I hope you enjoy this presentation and enjoy this multimedia class. Okay, and inshallah in the future we will take some like this multimedia class more and more. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, you may leave now this room. Thank you.